The Henderson Hasselbalch equation is another way of looking at the equilibrium of weak acids. We specifically use this equation when we are talking about buffers or the addition of acids and bases to a buffer, and also we're going to be using this equation later on when we do a titration of a weak acid to a strong base. Overall, using the Henderson Hasselbalch equation is going to make these types of calculations much simpler. So if we have a generic Ka equilibrium, so acid reacts with water to make hydronium and conjugate base, remember that we have an acid and the conjugate base here, and what we're going to find out is that the pH of the solution is very much determined by the relative amounts of these two species. So how do we get to the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation? Well, we have this Ka expression. We go ahead and look at the equilibrium expression. So products divided by reactants. Remember, water doesn't show up. So we end up with this equilibrium expression, and then we take the negative log of both sides. I'm not going to actually do the algebra for this derivation of equation, but the negative log of the concentration of hydronium is pH. The negative log of Ka gives you pKa, and then what we're left with is the log of the conjugate base divided by the acid. So this is our Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So really the main thing that determines the pH of a weak acid solution is the pKa of the weak acid. And because different weak acids have different Kas and pKas, that the pH of different weak acid solutions are going to be different. So with this, the fact that we're dividing one thing by another is going to make our lives a lot easier, because we can plug in molar into this expression, so concentrations of conjugate base and concentrations of acid, which is what we've been using thus far. But because we're dividing, we can also put in moles, and that's going to be making things a lot simpler, because when we do titrations, the titrations are reactions, and in order to look at how things change in reactions, we got to convert to moles. So this is going to allow us to do these calculations without converting back to molarity. So it's going to simplify things quite a bit. So let's look at a simple version of using this equation. So I have a buffer, I have 1 liter of it, and I say have the weak acid, acetic acid, and its conjugate base, sodium acetate. So remember, we have to have the sodium in there to be the positive species to the negatively charged acetate. And inside of this, I've told you that I have an initial concentration of acetic acid of 0.7 molar, and an initial concentration of the conjugate base is 0.6 molar, and I want to find the pH for this combination. So this is a buffer. So whenever you see amounts of a weak acid and its conjugate base, generally it's a lot easier to use the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. And here we're going to be using the abbreviation for acetic acid as HAC and acetate as AC-. You're going to see that that's a fairly common abbreviation. And with this, I need to give you the Ka for the weak acid, acetic acid, and that's 1.8 times 10 to the minus fifth. So we're going to be using that in just a second. Thus far, how we would set up this equation is we would have the Ka expression. We have initial concentrations of acetic acid and acetate, and because we don't have any of our hydronium, we would assume that the equilibrium would go to the right. So we would use up X amount of HAC, and we would make X amount of hydronium and X amount of acetate. And then we would go forward and set up the equilibrium expression. We would assume both X's were small, and we would solve for X. So you could do that and still end up with the same answer, but the idea is we can make this calculation much simpler by using the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So the first thing I need to do is find the pKa of our acetic acid. So we had the Ka, you just take the negative log of that. So the pKa of acetic acid is 4.74. I then plug these concentrations in, and along with the pKa into my Henderson-Hasselbalch. So pH is equal to my pKa, and then the relative concentrations of my conjugate base divided by my acid. So remember, I can use molarity or moles. I plug these in, and we have stated up here that these concentrations of acetic acid and acetate are not going to change. So we can put these concentrations directly into the Henderson Hasselbalch equation. So when I do the math here, I get this part of my equation is equal to negative 0.067, and my pKa was something that we found. Overall, the pH for that initial buffer situation that we gave is 4.67. So notice really the thing that determines the pH for a given buffer solution is the pKa of the weak acid. So mostly, but we're going to find out when we do a titration that there's other things that can cause a pretty drastic change in pH when we have a buffer situation.